If you want to get in the best shape of your life and get jacked and juicy, then click the link in this description and find out how you can inquire about my online coaching. Now let's get to the video. If you want to maximize your muscle growth, then you need to be resting 3 to 5 minutes in between your sets. 60 seconds rest is an outdated bro science theory that simply just holds you back in terms of the amount of muscle you can gain. The most important factor with muscle hypertrophy is performance on a set-to-set basis. And resting 3 to 5 minutes will ensure that you perform maximally on every single one of your sets. Resting longer, 3 to 5 minutes between sets, will ensure that your high threshold motor units will recover fully by your next set. Basically, all that means is that more muscles will recover and you'll be able to train harder on your future sets. So you can train with more intensity, you can train with more volume, and you can train with more total tonnage. So there's a few things you want to achieve when you're resting 3 to 5 minutes in between sets. One of them is you get at least 5 reps on your next working set. 5 reps is the bottom of the hypertrophy rep range, and going below 5 reps, it just isn't that great for stimulating muscle growth. Yes, you can grow muscle going lower than 5 reps, but the amount of fatigue you get doing that, and also the amount of sets you need to do after that of less than 5 reps to really get the amount of volume you need to grow, it just isn't worth the trade-off. The next factor is to make sure your cardio isn't getting in the way of your working sets. For example, if you do a set of 6 rep heavy squats, so 6 reps to failure, you're going to be out of breath for quite a few minutes. And if you're resting 60, even 90 seconds in between that, your cardiovascular system is going to get in the way of you reaching true muscular failure, which in the long term is going to hold you back any amount of muscle you can gain. So 3 to 5 minutes will ensure that your cardio system has fully recovered before your next working set. The next factor is it's a lot easier on your psychology. So if you know you're gonna rest about 4 to 5 minutes in between your sets of heavy squats, that's a lot more easy to deal with than thinking, shit, I've just done 5 rep sets on my squats and I've only got a minute to go before I get back into the working set. So resting longer, it's a lot easier on your psychology, a lot easier on your mentality. You can really ground yourself and prepare yourself properly for the next set. And that amount of time will allow your nervous system to recover in between the sets. So in some cases, it might not even be your muscles holding you back, but just your central nervous system is just completely shot because you've done a heavy compound lift for relatively low reps. You need that time to rebuild up that energy in your body and get your nervous system ready to fire off again for your next set. Another factor is the auxiliary muscles that are involved in the movement won't get in the way of your performance. For example, if you're doing pull-ups, the main goal is to target the lats. So if your forearms are starting to give out on your pull-up sets, they're starting to fatigue, they're starting to get pumped and cramped up, that's going to hold you back in the amount of stimulus you can apply to your lats. So resting longer in your 3 to 5 minute range, all of those little muscles that are involved, that's going to allow them to fully recover before the next set, therefore applying the most stimulus to the target muscle of the exercise. So in general, this is how I program my rest times. All compound lifts, upper body and lower body, I rest a minimum of 3 minutes and a maximum of 5 minutes. In that range somewhere. So I'm not too anal with the exact rest time. As long as I'm in that 3 to 5 minute range, then I'm good to go. So some days I'll go 3 minutes on the dot, I'll go again. Other days when I'm not feeling it as much, I'll rest a lot closer to 5 minutes. So 4.5 minutes, 4 minutes, 50 seconds before I do the next set. With isolations, I like to keep my rest times slightly lower, okay? So when I'm doing my dumbbell curls and my tricep extensions, I keep the rest somewhere closer to 2 minutes. Reason for that is the muscles recover a lot quicker on the isolations. They're not nearly as taxing as a compound lift. In terms of the nervous system fatigue and the musculoskeletal system fatigue, they're just a lot easier to recover from. So just to save myself time in the gym, on the isolations, I keep it closer to the 2 minute range. If you want to rest 3 to 5 minutes between your isolations, then by all means go for it. You will perform slightly better, but I don't want to spend all day in the gym. So for easy things like isolations, I give it about 2 minutes rest. So to recap, 3 to 5 minutes of rest in between your sets is the best range for muscle growth. The most important factor for muscle hypertrophy is performance on your set-to-set basis, taxing those higher threshold motor units, basically taxing more muscle with more intensity. So 3 to 5 minutes rest on your compounds and about 2 minutes rest on your isolation lifts. Follow that guideline I've laid out for you there and you're going to be good to go. So with all that being said, try it out for yourself and see you go from there. Until next time, peace.